Yo,
Yeah.
what's going, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing on this Friday night?
My man, I'm all right, bro. Just hey, man, that's much love, bro. I appreciate that big time, man.
Definitely, definitely. I was definitely watching the videos on everything with Charlie. Definitely like rest in peace to your pops, man. Like,
Much
man,
love.
that's a real sad story, man. Like, fucking, man, like me, I want to tell you the experience, me, I don't trust hospitals either. I remember Uh, I forget how many years ago, maybe 3, 4 years ago. I was in the hospital and I was walking and like I had something shift and I got a piece of fat got in the tube going to my balls
Yeah.
and I was in crazy pain and I'm in the hospital and they're doing the scan on it and the nurse looks at the other nurse right in front of me and says, "Oh, I don't know what that is." And I'm like, "Yo, like, why would you say that in front of me?" Like here I am, like fucking crazy pain. I'm like in my early 30s. I got a fucking crazy pain in my balls, and you're telling me you don't know what it is? Like you should have walked to the other room and said that. You know?
Yeah, man, it's been a awakening for me to say the least. You know what I mean? Because before this situation, I just had blind faith in the healthcare system. Like, not that I didn't think that they were profiting and making a lot of money and whatnot, but
Yeah.
now, I mean, there's so many layers to peel back, man. That yeah, it's my belief system to the core, man. To be honest with
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, getting ready for this interview. Man, I've been a fan for a long time. I was there when you bodied Tony D.
oh man, yeah, that's my guy. Yeah, that was that's my dude. You know, so we all have them days. Sometimes, man, we forget our material, or it doesn't
Yeah.
translate as well, and the crowd is off. So, yeah. That was an interesting day. No, I appreciate it though, big time, for real, man.
Yeah, definitely. And like you, we're like when I first heard about you, it was the grind time.
Mhm.
Was that like your first couple of battles, or did you have like other battles before that?
No, I mean, I started battling in during the freestyle era, man. So
Yeah,
I made it to Scribble Jam twice. I battled at Scribble Jam twice. I've won one and lost one, like both times. Not the Scribble Jam itself, but I was 1-1 and 1-1. So, and then
okay,
I springboarded into grind time.
okay. People don't know, like man, like grind time was one of like the original like leagues,
Yeah,
what was the atmosphere like in a grind time like compared to like how different leagues are nowadays?
grind time was cool, man, because it had people from all different kind of walks with all different kind of styles, right? So you had humor like battlers, you had street style battlers, you had punchliners and word associations, and you just had everything. I think grind time, it just got too big for its, you know what I mean? Because you got
Yeah,
to think about it. Grind time was started by three former battle rappers, not necessarily businessmen. They just
right.
thought it would be dope. And yeah, it's actually like it's a super cool story, even though it was very small, like '08 to pretty much 2011, and it was out of here.
Yeah,
Um, Definitely a special time period in battle rap, and introduced us to so many people that are still doing it today, man. So yeah, grind time definitely was one of
for sure, for sure. And I want to ask you about how do you feel about like judges in battles because because back then there was a lot there was a lot of judge battles and then it got to an era where there was a lot of promo battles
the.
and now it seems like it's getting back to judge battles how do you feel about judged battles?
I used to think that judge battle was dope because I was like, oh, you're putting your reputation on the line. Somebody should win, somebody should lose, blah blah. But then the more I saw, quite frankly, how competent some judges can be when you're judging objective. So that's the biggest thing. These aren't, as much as people want to act like they can equate it to boxing, you really can't, because you can count punches in boxing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
So, and then it just, I'll be honest with you, like, as a battle rapper, there's not a whole lot that I would want to judge battles, just because, you know, even though battle rap is objective, there's a lot of people, media type, blah, 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 that they think a lot of good that I think suck. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be a dick, but, like, I think I'm well versed enough in battle rap to say that. You know, I feel like as when you grow up, the older you get, the less shit you argue, you realize how you know about other shit. So you kind of narrow, like, okay, like for me, okay, so I'm willing to argue about teaching in battle rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit about football, but I'm not gonna, like, you know, whatever. You know, I don't know everything. But, like, I'm, you know, younger me, I'd be like, oh, this and that. You just always have to have it. So yeah, I get why battle rap, like, judging is coming back. Obviously, money on the line, and I know King of the Dot is working super hard to rectify the system. Um, you know, and I think what happened in the past is when a decision went the way the fans didn't agree, they immediately vilified the person that won, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so dumb. It's not the fucking, don't get mad at that part. You know, and like, they didn't judge it too. They just, I don't love judge battle at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I actually got asked to be a judge in a battle, and like at the time I didn't know I got either one of the guys, and I thought it was a close battle, so I picked the one guy, and then the other guy like found out that I picked picked the other guy, and he started dissing me, he started putting out things, and then like years later, I mean, me and him ended up becoming friends. And we were drinking at parties, and like you'd bring it up every once in a while. You'd be like, "Yo, I smoked so and so." I'm like, "No, you didn't." I still hold by my stance. I was like, "No, you didn't." Like, it was a close battle. I picked the other guy, even though we're friends now. Like, I still think the other guy won. Like, and like he held it like for forever. He was like, "Yo, like so like battlers and like a lot of people like battlers, they always think they win too, right?"
Of course, if you're at, I mean, I always say this, man. Rap general are pretty delusional. Battle rappers are 5 times as delusional, because at least it has to depend on tangible success, right? So even if you think he's selling a lot of records and moving a lot of units, clearly there's some people that person is all right. Well, battle rappers, because it doesn't, you know what I mean? They get, you know, big off the weirdest shit. Yeah, no, I feel. I've judged that. I judged the premier tournament. I've done a lot of judging, but listen, when I judge, I got a full notepad out. Every time I judge, where I end up voting for the person like I'm not as tight with. It's weird. I'm trying to be honest, you know what I mean? I judged the finals of the premier battle, and it was Bizzo Bond, Bobby Rex, and I'm cool with Bobby Rex. That's my man. I know Bizzo Bond from a can of paint. Sure as shit. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's for like 2,500 pounds and like flights and Canada, but sorry, man, I can't. You know what I mean? I can't. You know, and so yeah, man. There's a lot of why I judge him bad.
Yeah, you know, like I want to know, like almost everybody and their grandmother has had like a teacher line towards you. Who do you think had the best angle?
That's a good question. I'm never mad to get teacher bars, because I'm a fucking teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dope. Like,
Yeah.
just don't go the like touching students route. Like,
Right.
Satire had one that stuck out to this day, where he goes, "You have teachers A. I don't mean kids that help you keep your grade. Sketch Menace had an angle about the potential arming of teachers, and like this funny angle about me accidentally shot. Thesaurus is overtime against me years ago. Dangerous Mind thing. That was great. So those were three. Troy Brown said something about Brown was Board of Education or something that was really dope. Like, if you know about Brown versus Board of Education, but yeah, man. The only thing too is if you know I teach a certain subject and you're just so lazy that you be in history class. No, I don't, bro. Like, you know I don't teach history. I made it abundantly clear. You're being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those would probably be the
Definitely. So, Pittsburgh, you're from Pittsburgh. Like, who are like man, some slept on MCs from Pittsburgh? Like, who's who's some people like that are like, man, these dudes are dope, and like the rest of the world, like they get a lot of respect in Pittsburgh, but like they're not really known worldwide.
So White is incredible, and he's one of two people in a group called the 58s. Unfortunately, his homie Mayo passed away. But B White, incredible. Nova, who moved to Atlanta, recording here in Pittsburgh. There's a cat named Seed, who's dope. Yeah, I mean, there's Bitters, Kid A, it's dope. They're all like my era kind of rappers.
Okay.
So maybe I'm a little bit biased. I know a lot of these people too personally as well.
Yeah, I was talking on another interview with another artist, and we are talking about going to shows, and like me, like I've done like prior to doing these interviews, I was rapping myself, and I've been to a lot of shows where I did the interviews at the shows and stuff like that, and like being so much in this, some of my best friends like are rappers, and like and it becomes a community thing. Like who are some of and you've been around a lot of the rappers. Who would you say like out of the rap community like is some of your best rap friends?
So I think the majority of my rap friends would be battle rap friends. You know, those would be like, because not only it's a different kind of connection, man. You relate on a rap level, relate on a battle rap level as well. Like A Ward is a great friend of mine. I have so many, man. I'm so lucky. But Marv One, Chilla Jones, Quest, Fresco, Thesaurus, Mad Flex. I mean, they're just such good people in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? That like, it's been super fortunate that way. You know what I mean? Like as far as rappers, like I was, Mac Miller. Me and Mac Miller were cool.
Rest in peace to Mac Miller.
Yeah. But like I said, rapper-wise, a lot of my friends, I would say, would be more local. I did go to high school. I'm cool with Chevy Woods, who's like Wiz Khalifa's like. Yeah. So I played high school football. Actually, he was a beast. He was a receiver, but he was like a scouted receiver. He's like D1 scouted and shit. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. So like went from King of the Dot, Smack, URL, and like you've been on all the other different kind of lists. What is the main differences between battling on King of the Dot and battling on Smack?
I don't know that the difference is the league as much as the city. So if King of the Dot does an event in Los Angeles, I would be very similar to if King of the Dot does a Toronto event, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So really, like, on both stages, there's like myth like, you know, he would never make URL stage. And I'm like, oh, URL fans like dope shit and funny shit, just like everybody else. Like, you act like they're sitting there like chomping at the bit to boo somebody. You know, so URL event, all of the URL events act, and they're like, you know, King of God obviously drew some good crowds too. I think, you know, with all, I would say the different contrast is like an eye battle, which is great. Very like ECW like. Battle is always, you know, a good challenge because, you know, how well you are, how well you can, you know, you know, go. I would say King of the God is definitely a forgiving crowd than URL.
Okay.
But that's no knock on URL's crowd. $60 to get in, famous. You know, like, you know, not famous. There's people that rock with, like Drake or you know,
Yeah.
You paid your $60, rap, and say some decent. I'm mad at the boom party either.
Definitely, and definitely shout out to you, man. Like I remember, years ago when I first reached out to you and trying to get an interview, and you were down, and I was at the event, and a situation with me kind of fucked up on my end, where I went with a friend and this girl, and I told my friend, I'm like, yo, I actually like this girl, and like so we went, and she was talking to me more. And he got pissed off, and he was our ride. It was like wintertime, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving. Like you are come with us now, or so I had to choose. I'm like, do I sleep on the streets in Toronto in the middle of the winter, or do I get this real deal interview?" And I was like, pissed. I was like, man, but like and when I reached back out to you, you were like, yeah, man, for sure. Like, a lot of people like on your level, like you've been doing a lot, like aren't really like that responsive. Like, as soon as I hit you up, you were like, yeah, I'm down. So shout out to you, man. Like,
Cool, bro. I appreciate you rocking for the cause too, man. If you know, my schedule is always so busy, man. So, you know, I hate when I kind of leave somebody hanging or whatever, but if I can get a little half hour here, whatever, you know, I you know what I mean, chop orders and stuff.
Definitely. And I was there when you battled Roan.
Great.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a great battle.
Set that up ourselves, man. Like, because I think trying to get us to battle like two people from out of. They wanted me to battle. Maybe it was one of the super like that. And it wasn't that I just wasn't feeling it, but I was just like, you know, I was like, look, man, for this card, we might as well. You know, to be a good look. And yeah, it ended up being
definitely. And you got I deal with it, man. Like a dope show. I was really liking the disaster one. Like that shit was fucking. That was a dope conversation. Like fucking. Who are some people besides me? Like who are some people you like to get on there? In the future.
So with the deal with it, man. Honestly, it's just all battle rap, but at this point, you know, that's what my reach is best with. And I like to get battle rappers on and ask some questions that are a little bit different, or even if they are a common question, maybe with a different. So like when I asked Disaster, which isn't the most unique question, but I want to shout out and point the uphill battle that I recognize, you know, just little behind the scenes kind of thing. So yeah, it's been dope, and I'm going to be bringing it to Twitch as well on Sunday. I did my first one last week, so I'm battles that take place on, you know what I mean? Just trying to more with it, you know. But it's tough, like when you got a million different things going on, man. You know what I mean? And I be having to go get my practice, and, you know what I mean? You get caught up doing a million different.
For sure, for sure. Like me, I say if a person isn't busy, I'm like, yo, you all right? You're not doing your shit, cause like, man, like all of us, like, man, if we really want to be something in this game, we have to be busy. Like, and people like be like fucking, they ask me what I'm doing, like the week of or whatever like that. I'm like, yo, you gotta book your appointment,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I got so much shit going on,
You know, and you know, time is so, you know, valuable, man. And I don't know how people just like, and that's a lesson I'm trying to kind of get across to my son. Like my son is young, obviously 15, right? But
yeah,
look, man, this time eyes, man. Like, you know what I mean? And you got
for sure.
RPM the shit when you got it. And you know how they're like the laziest breed of human being out. So, you know.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely important to be busy and man, like some of my best times in my life have been when I'm busy, and just and when those accomplishments come up, when you get a big deal, like you get when I get a real deal on my show, and I'm like, yo, I've been grinding hard, and I got a fucking real deal on my show. I'm like, yes, this hard
Yeah,
work is paying off.
absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, we you know, tangible goals, and that's the thing, man. So, you know, I for sure, man, I'm glad, you know what I mean. I, you know, pop in and yeah, man, it's the old hard work pays off kind of thing, right? It's cool to actually see that takes place, man. So, nah, for real, man. Shout out to you for putting it absolutely, man.
The whole versus thing going on now, people putting up their catalogs and battling each other. We just had Fat Joe versus Ja Rule. As a battle rapper, I really want to hear your opinion on verses.
So I think you know they started doing what with the during the pandemic,
Yeah,
and I think they've given us some great moments, man. Like the Snoop and DMX. That's so wild, you know. Short
yeah,
after passing and
that's
everything.
one of my
So
favorites.
cool to see him just having a good time and everything. I like it, man. I really do. I'm intrigued to do they just pick their favorite whatever because when I saw the lineup that Fat Joe picked, I'm like, I don't know that these are his biggest songs. Is he just going? So either or, this is me just curiously wondering. I think it's great, cool, and it. I'm sure it gives those catalog a shot in the arm. Um, yeah, I think it's super cool. You know, I haven't watched it many as I should have. You know, but
Did you check out the locks in Dipset?
so I saw the highlights of it.
Okay.
Um, you know, but man, I miss so much stuff like on battle rap and TV, whatever, and you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I did see Jada Kiss, you know, deliver kind of with like a death punch, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's dope. I would like to see it cross more genres too. I know R&B and it's hit, um, and
Yeah.
it's hit rap, but I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, like shit do it or like, no, I think that would be cool too. Even if it just stays rap and R&B, man. There's so cool
Yeah.
artists cool to have like one.
And with things being with things opening up and people can do the shows now, to me like playing the tracks was cool like when it was just sitting around, but now that they can come out and do shows and me even when I was a performer, I never rapped over my tracks. I always rapped over my beats, and like that right there is going to show the difference of real showmanship. You know, like because how do you feel about all these big time like acts they'll do a show but they'll just rap over
Yeah,
their songs like
every man was absolutely. I mean, glorified karaoke session. You know what I'm saying? Not even because karaoke, the voice is gone, right? They take the voice out. I never understood it. I thought if anything, it depreciates the artist's um, the song, everything, genre. I don't get it. I mean, I could see you show tracks have an ad lib here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that, but yeah, when you're just rapping entire songs, yeah, it literally it takes away from everything to me. Yeah, I don't rock with that. I never have. I rap over my instrumentals. I have custom show discs on discs, right? That's custom show track, all that shit. Uh, I got a show tomorrow, but my man is doing this like that, so we're just gonna like bar up all my shit. But just to dust the rust off for COVID. But yeah, man, I don't even think rapping over your instrumental is even showmanship. That's expected. You know what I mean? But people have
Right.
lowered the bar so much that like, yo, dude killed it. He was actually rapping over his beat. I'm like, that's regular. Like,
Yeah, I actually learned my lesson quick when like I said, I've always because I went to a it was a week before my very first show before I performed. I went to another show with another friend, and he performed over his shit, right?
mm,
So 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 I thought that's what I was gonna do. So I go to the next so I go to my show, and like the sound guy is one of my friends. Like he's the one that actually got me on the show, and we go to do sound check, and he's like, "Yo, you got to go back home and get those instrumentals. Like this sounds like horrible." And
yeah,
I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I ended up like fucking getting a ride back to my house, fucking and putting the stuff on the USB right quick, and some of the files didn't work, so I had to do different songs I wasn't prepared for, and I ended up going there, and my adrenaline was going, and when I got that first song out and I killed it, but like after that I was like okay, from here on out I have to make sure that I rap over my beats.
yeah,
And,
yeah. You don't want to, yeah. Uh,
and definitely a shout out to the sound guy at that show because he just looked at me. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?"
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't dig the whole rapping over your thing or over your track.
There's some battles that happen like where when people battle over beats. How do you feel about that?
Like battling over like rap battles over beats.
Yeah,
Now are you talking about pre-written rap battles over beats, or do you mean like traditional freestyle battles over?
like I don't think like the written ones should be over beats, but I think the freestyle battles could be dope for over beats.
To be honest, I think the freestyle era is over beats is pretty dead. And I'm not mad at it. I just think it's evolution, man. I started battle rapping in probably 2005, and it was at the tail end of freestyling battle rapping, right? So like, people started to figure out premeditated bars, kinds of shit, and and even that, like, even if you were genuinely freestyling, right? Like, it's just, man, how much can you really? I've seen the best freestylers in the world. Like, I really have. I've been around. I've watched Sharon freestyle, No Can Do freestyle, Thesaurus. But it just gets to a point where you're like, imagine if you gave these people time to prepare, and here we are now. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it had its moment, and it was cool. The beat was another part, man. They like rotated the same 5 beats and be like on the Mob Deep joint or
Yeah,
song, and um, it was cool, man. It had its window, but time has moved on, man.
definitely. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You're a busy guy. But I want you to say how people can get the merge. What's some stuff going on with you,
Yeah,
and all that.
appreciate it, man. So as far as my father thing, man, you can check me out on any of my socials, Real Deal Raps, on Twitter and Instagram, Twitch as well, if you're on all that happy horse shit. I'm on Facebook, Real Deal. I'm about to restock. I was trying to get rid of the last of my tanks, and then fall just showed up, at least in Pittsburgh, real quick. Like, So, but I'm still trying to get rid of the last of my tanks, man. But I'm about to reorder hoodies, shirts. All the proceeds go to fighting the case. My case is not necessarily, it's not one of these pro bonos. We don't get paid unless, so like the reality is I'll probably end up spending like thousands and thousands of dollars, which I'm willing to do, man, because wrong is right is right. You know what I mean?
I definitely went on there and I donated.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So I'm at a, a point now that I have a lawyer, I have a medical examiner, but even then they make it more and more difficult, man. So I'm expecting a major update in this next week or two. And then that's going to basically tell my next move, but I'm not going out without a fight. You know what I mean? I don't care if it costs me 50,000, 60,000. You can make money. You know what I mean? I'm young, I work, I get paid bi-weekly, I get paid off other things. You know, I won't lie, it's a lot of money, but for what was done, I'm willing to, and if I have to, I have a medical examiner, so if I end up having to, whatever I got to do, but more importantly than that, going forward, so the petition, just so people know, it's not necessarily just like we have to get a certain amount of signatures. But what's going to happen is I'm going to continue to email and get a hold of my senators in Pennsylvania. I've had some discussions with them. And then if I can get some movement in Pennsylvania, I want to move to other states. I don't know why Minnesota is the only state with 4 years. I have no idea why. Why Minnesota of all the states? They don't even have a high medical malpractice situation. So in the end of the game, if I can change the statute, in even just one state, that's far more lucrative than any thousand. Yeah, any money. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely something you can look back on your life and you're like, yo, I made a serious change and like that.
Yeah, and like I said, that logo, my logo, I want that to be. That's gonna be like the Jerry medical malpractice, man.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Definitely. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Sure.
I want everybody to subscribe to your channel and check out those interviews. Check you out on Twitch. I want everybody to subscribe to my channel. I put clips out every day. And yeah, man. And thank you for being on the show.
Yo, 100%, man. I appreciate you for having me, brother.
Awesome. All right. You have a good night.
Hey, man. Take care.